2026 is almost here, and you probably want what everyone else wants, an absolute locked-in, dialed-in summer, a movie where you finally do everything you want to do. You're hanging out, doing fun stuff, you're having experiences, you're getting cool for the summer. Everyone is saying this, but only a small portion of people actually will, because what happens every single year, every single summer, you're so hyped, all the boys are like, bro, it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna be a movie, and then summer hits, and you're back to the chud lifestyle. Nothing's changed. You don't chase anything new. You don't chase any goals. You're not living some crazy life. You're just playing video games, doom scrolling. And then summer's over like that. Another summer gone. If you don't want that to happen this summer, you gotta do things differently. Because the same thing always happens where you tell yourself, oh, it's just because I don't have time. That's why I don't do anything I want to do. That's why I'm not actually chasing things in my life. And then you finally get the time and you waste all of it. Because it's hard when you have no systems, no structure, no school telling you this is when you have to do this, this, and that. This is when you eat lunch. This is when you go to math. When you have the whole day to yourself, it becomes so much harder to actually be disciplined and consistent. But there are ways that you can set yourself up for success. The first is to start the summer before it even starts. Right, we're not starting these things on day one where then you're like, oh my gosh, a week later, that's when I'll actually start. I don't really want it today, I'm just going to play video games. Let me start it in a couple of weeks. You know, it's fine, it's just the beginning of summer. You can't have that excuse. You got to be getting ready for summer before summer even starts. Getting some of these habits into place, whether it's legitimately just getting a better sleep routine. Making sure that you are starting certain habits like going to the gym before summer hits, actually consistently going, right? I want you to just think of 3 habits. What are the 3 most essential habits? Because this is what's most important for me when I think about it. Really, it's actual good sleep schedule, waking up early every single day. It's making these videos and also just going to the gym, exercising every single day, remaining healthy so that I can make better videos. My mental's in a good place. That's what's most important for me to get done. And so you gotta make sure that right now, whatever those top 3 are that you just decided in your brain, you do that every single day leading up to the summer, so that when you do have all this extra time that you're gonna be using for different things, hanging out, doing fun stuff, you already have a bit of a schedule and a routine locked in. You're going into it already with positive momentum. That's what you need. You can't be having all of these distractions and negative momentum going into the summer, because then you're just gonna pop like a balloon. You're gonna have all of this energy inside of you, and you're like, I'm gonna do, it's gonna be crazy. And then you get there and it's like, whoa, that's really overwhelming. There's a lot of time on my hands. I got all this freedom now. What the hell? And you lose it. If you don't want it to deflate and give up, you gotta be taking the steps necessary to get the momentum you need going into summer. The second thing that I think you should be doing, if you really want to have an absolute fantastic summer, is you have to be able to push yourself outside of your comfort zone immediately. And what I mean by this is actually get yourself to do those things that you said you were gonna do with your friends, that you told yourself you were going to do, whether it's starting like the new big project, right? If you aren't starting the new big project before summer because you're like, dude, it's gonna be hard with school, I'm not doing this right now, like whether starting a YouTube channel, starting a business. I don't know what your big project is during the summer, but this is the thing. Most of us want to achieve a lot. We want to completely change and turn around our lives, change ourselves, our identity, because that is possible in a couple of months. It really is. Changing your life does not take years. It doesn't take years of time where you're slaving away and like finally then your life changes and you have your identity. Getting to a new identity where you've completely turned around your life only takes a couple of months. And no, you are not going to see insane progress and results, and you're not going to become a millionaire, ultra successful person. But it's all about changing the mental, the identity switch. Because if you can step into a new identity, step into these new shoes that you want to get into, right? Having the mindset that is going to carry you to where you want to be, to achieving your goals, that's what's most important. If you can achieve that, then you're golden. Going into the next part of the year, going into the next school year, that is what's going to set you up for success, is stepping into a new identity. And since your brain, it only remembers like the past couple of weeks, if you can just stick to this new project and actually like stepping into this discomfort zone, doing something that you have not done before, that you've been thinking to yourself, I want to do that. Maybe I want to start making music. Like I said before, it's easiest for me to say, but content, or if you want to start business, there are dreams that we have, right? Or things that we think in the back of our mind, I want to start that. I want to do that. I see other people doing it. They're becoming successful. They're making progress. I want that to be me. So you got to step into that comfort zone. Once you already have that momentum going into it with good habits, then you just keep building from there. Keep stacking on better habits, actually just enjoying and having fun with your life, not being bogged down by school, and just taking off with that momentum, stepping into that unknown, stepping into the discomfort. Because that is what's going to make this summer worthwhile for you. You're going to grow so much more than you have ever seen before. That's what happened to me when I figured out, I wouldn't want to just say like purely my purpose, but really what I'm saying here is something that you are so passionate about that you want to achieve and really start so badly. I don't know what you want to get good at, what art, what discipline, what skill, but whatever that is in your mind that right now that you know you want to pursue, make sure you start pursuing that right away and you step out of your comfort zone. And this doesn't just apply to the main new like purpose or mission that you're going on. It goes with everything else as well. The third and final thing is really to, with experiences and socially, push yourself to do completely new things or experience life in a way that you make real memories. This is the problem that I've always had that I've never actually fixed in my life. I don't really have that many experiences. Imagine growing up and you have your grandkids and they're like, Grandma, what stories do, like, what happened in your day? And you're like, yeah, so I actually spent my summers scrolling.
And I played some video games, there were some good ones, there was Fortnite. And yeah, I really didn't do much else outside of that. I'm sorry, kids.
Like, that's some bum stuff, bro. We do not want to be like that. No. We want to have some good, real stories. And this is where taking a step of just doing something you've never done before, like trying to do something kind of crazy. Sometimes it's even a little bit, I'm not promoting dangerous activity, but like, or illegal activity at all. I'm not saying that. But taking initiative with your friends and your group and people around you to like go do things that you've never done before, or take steps that you've never taken with maybe like a relationship in your life, someone you want to shoot your shot with, right? Just like pursuing that summer, that's like the movie type summer. And I know that's kind of corny. I'm not saying like you should be trying to I want this summer to be like a movie. Like that's not really what it's like. It's just push yourself to do things that you normally don't do socially, or that you want to experience but you've never actually went and put the time in doing it. There are some really fun things that I've just like never even done. And obviously it's hard when you are really trying to like pursue leveling up and success in a certain area of your life and also having like a lot of experience and stuff. It is hard to balance that and do both. But man, I've had these ideas of like, I want to go explore these different areas of the world. And it's like this summer I'm going on a road trip with my friends, and there's a part of me that almost is like, dude, I want to stick to the schedule and I want to grind. But I think you have to push yourself in both ways, socially and with experiences in life and with memories. Because what's the point of all the work and pushing yourself outside your comfort zone in terms of your mission if you have no memories, if you have no stories to tell? It's just all you did was work. It's like, what kind of a life is that? What kind of a summer is that? We got to have fun as well and experience life to its fullest as well, like in the present moment. Those are the three things that I think you should be doing this summer. Going into the summer, get that momentum going right now. Start the most 3 essential habits, 2 or 3. It might even be just 1. Fixing your sleep schedule might be the biggest thing. 1, 2, or 3 essential habits that you are going to start right now leading into summer. And then second thing, right when summer starts, have that thing in your mind that you know you are going to pursue this entire summer. And trying to make real progress, that thing that you've deep down always want to do. I don't know if it's photography, I don't know if it's pottery, I don't know if it's social media, whatever it is, you are going to start really committing to that. Because that's in big part going to make your summer worthwhile. And finally, pushing yourself to have experiences with other people that you wouldn't normally do. Right? Actually going out there into the world and making memories, because that's what you are going to remember 50 years later in life. Right? You're not going to remember really the work that you did, even though that is important. And I'm not saying you shouldn't work harder or be disciplined. You should be. But that's not what you're going to remember. And so this is what I want to work on mainly as well. It's like that's what it is for me. making these memories and having real experiences in life that I'm going to remember and be telling people about for the rest of my life. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, never stop improving. You'll be grateful for it later.